Hello everyone, welcome to Trophy Hunting and Gaming. I'm Danny, and today I'm going to show you how to get a trophy in the 2022 decision-based horror game, The Quarry. Specifically, we'll be getting the Rough Night, aka the Everyone Lives trophy. In this guide, I'm going to show you the most efficient and effective way to get this trophy. I will say this is not the only way to get this achievement, but it is a way that will get all 9 of your playable characters through the night alive. Also, I will only be mentioning the big choices that will determine whether someone lives or dies, while the lesser important choices, such as picking Truth or Dare and, well, Truth or Dare, or picking how to break your car so every one of your friends ends up stranded, are completely up to you. So without further ado, let's get started. Also, spoilers, obviously.
Hey, it's been kind of a night, you know? Let's just get to the motel. We can come back here first thing in the morning, we can check everything out, but... I mean, you must be exhausted. I know I am. I think our imagination...
Max?
So technically, none of the decisions made in the prologue will affect if someone lives or dies. However, in your decision to either help or leave Laura's boyfriend Max, I would recommend save him, just because if you don't, he'll be pissed at Laura later on, which isn't exactly what we want. Also, it's her boyfriend. Come on.
Door's locked, bag's inside.
Fuck me.
Yep.
Now, our first decision that can actually determine whether someone lives or dies is the decision to break into the cabin or leave your bags in Chapter 1. The decision we want here is to break in. This decision itself doesn't affect if someone lives or dies, but there is something in the cabin that we need. Like I said, this decision doesn't have any major consequences on its own, except Dylan getting his hand bitten later on. But, as you'll see later, we can fix that. Also, like Emma says...
My God, relax. It's not like we killed someone.
Aw. This was little Izzy's.
I want to play a game!
Now, this decision is actually crucial for someone's survival later on in the game. Keep or leave the stuffed rabbit Abby finds in Chapter 1. This choice is only available if you break into the cabin. You must pick to keep this lovable bunny friend for later on in the game. And no, it's not because of his beautiful voice.
What the heck is this?
I'm a happy bunny!
I'm in.
Hey, very nice. What else is in there?
Just some fireworks.
Whoa, fireworks?
Yeah, but I don't think we should.
No, Emma. Fireworks.
Our next decision is to take or leave the fireworks Emma finds in Chapter 2. Now, this decision isn't that important, but it can save Emma from being infected later on in the game. So just go ahead and keep those firecrackers for later. For this next choice, it doesn't really matter what you pick, but I would recommend helping Nick so he's not upset with Abby later on. Also, you may think the next chase sequence is important, but it's not. The worst that can happen is Kaylee bites Abby, which surprisingly doesn't have any consequences really, but that's a story for another time. Just make smart choices, pass each QTE, and complete the Don't Breathe minigame, and you'll be fine. Also, when Ryan goes after Nick, it doesn't particularly matter if you pick the shortcuts or the paths, just complete the QTEs and you'll make it to him on time. And when you get the ability to shoot, I would recommend shooting the hunter, because he will drop a blood vial that may prove useful later on.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck are you doing? God, son of a bitch! Oh, what are you doing? Shh! Quiet!
And when you get the option to throw dirt at the hunter as Jacob, just let the time run out. This will result in this mountain of a man pouring some blood on your face that will act as werewolf repellent for Jacob later on. This actually isn't necessary if you're good at QTEs, but it's good to have just in case. Also, it must do wonders for Jacob's pores.
Who's there? Ryan, what if it's Jacob or Emma?
What if it's not?
Be careful.
Here, do not shoot into the bushes at either point where you're able to. Technically, the first shot won't do anything, but shooting the second time will kill Jacob, who is actually the one hiding in the bushes. So just keep your finger off that trigger just to be safe.
Take it all in, folks. That's the summer camp experience right there, and oh look. It seems somebody forgot to clear the place out. I guess one of the kids left their stuff, or maybe one of the guys back there? But I don't recognize this. Did you hear that? Looks like we have a choice on our hands. Do we snoop through someone else's belongings? Or do we open the spooky trapdoor and die a horrible, painful death? There are literally no right answers.
For this choice, do not open the trapdoor. A werewolf is up there, and if you open it, Emma will die. Actually, she'll open it regardless, but if you search the bag, she'll find some clothes, a can of bear spray, and a taser which she can use to defend herself. Pro tip, if you're trying to get all the evidence, use the taser when given the option to, so you'll get a prompt to take a picture of the foul beast, which is actually one of the evidence collectibles. Also, it is worth noting that Emma can still die in this chase sequence or even get infected, but as long as you complete all the QTEs, you'll be fine. After Emma makes it to the zip line up top, you must choose to reel slowly and don't press the speed up interrupt. This will cause the werewolf to burst through the trapdoor and attack Emma. Yes, you can still get away from this unscathed, but it's best to just be patient and reel slowly. Now in Chapter 5, we actually get to see how our choices affect the future. When a werewolf is trying to get into the radio hut, Ryan will see Caitlin, Nick, and Abby coming up the path. He will then broadcast over the PA system there is a dangerous animal outside and that they should hide in the cabins. Since Abby and Emma broke into a cabin earlier, the group will be able to take shelter in the same cabin without the werewolf noticing them. When Dylan gets his hand bitten by Silas, you must choose to cut it off, aka pick the desperate dialogue option. Then choose the chainsaw to cut off Dylan's hand. To be honest, I've never used the shotgun to cut his hand off because it honestly just seems like a horrible idea, but I guess you can give it a try if you want. But don't blame me if it ends horribly. Moving on to Chapter 6, after Emma and Jacob are reunited, they get chased by Caleb. There is one QTE here, but as long as we... God damn it.
Jump!
Shit!
Good thing we got that blood facial.
This isn't you. This isn't you. Whoa, Abby!
Abby, everything okay?
Holy shit.
When Abby prompts to shoot Nick, you must shoot him. If you don't, he will literally rip Abby's head off. And we don't want that. At least for this run, anyway. Also, this isn't that important, but it's a good mention. When Emma arrives at the fire pit, she can find some leftover firecrackers from earlier. If Emma decides to run after the hunters cut down werewolf Nick, she will be attacked by Caleb. If you picked up the firecrackers earlier, you can use them to escape infection, which will actually save Abby's life since Emma will kill her in werewolf form later if she is infected here. You can also just not choose to run, which will also cause Emma to avoid infection, but I thought I'd bring it up. We stole those firecrackers, might as well make some use out of them. In Chapter 7, there's only one real choice that can determine if someone lives or dies, and it's not really a choice. When playing as Laura, after you get the brick out of the wall in your cell, you will need to get a syringe from a locker on the second floor of the police station when Laura can openly roam around. Once you've got it, return to your cell. You must put it into the hole in your cell wall before going to bed. If you don't, when Travis pats you down the next morning, he'll find it and you'll be locked out of this path. You can still escape without causing Laura's death later on, but it's better to just use the syringe to knock out Travis when Laura and Max escape.
Did you get bitten?
Is she crazy?
When given the interrupt to stop Laura, you need to press it. If you don't, Laura will shoot the werewolf in the cell, who is Nick, killing off one of your characters. He may be a monster, but he's still part of your crew. Also, you must choose to help Jacob escape his cell. If you don't, Nick will kill him when the cage doors open after Laura cuts the power. In order to free Jacob, you need to pull the number 1 lever and the number 2 lever, which will open Jacob's door. After picking continue, pull the number 2 lever and the number 3 lever, which will open the middle door. Jacob is now free and he is alive.
Am I dying?
You've lost a lot of blood.
But it'll heal though, right?
Wait. Maybe it will.
What?
Ryan, if you let me bite you...
What?
If you let me bite you, it means you'll be infected. Which means...
Which means it will heal.
Yeah. But it also means...
Yeah, I got it, Big Bad Wolf.
It's your call, for now. So we doing this or no?
When you get the choice to let Laura bite Ryan or not, you need to let Laura bite you. Otherwise, Ryan will bleed out from his injuries caused by Bobby. Also, don't press the pull away prompt. This is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll mention it nonetheless. In the scrapyard, Dylan can die and Caitlin can get infected, but as long as you complete all the QTEs, you'll be fine. Also, when playing as Abby, you can find silver shells left behind by Bobby, but we won't be using them for this run of the game.
Silverback mare.
Bobby! The gun! Hey!
When Ryan has the shotgun, you must shoot Chris. I know this seems obvious, but if you don't do it, Ryan and Laura will both die, along with Travis. Sorry, Chris, but you aren't yourself right now, so we gotta put you down. Also, since Laura peacefully escaped Travis in the police station, Travis will toss the glass shard aside, leaving Laura alive. When playing as Max, you will only get one choice, whether to stay on the island or swim to shore. For this choice, you need to stay on the island. If you choose to swim to shore, Max will get slaughtered by Caleb immediately. With the island being surrounded by water, Max is safe and sound where he is. When playing as Caitlin going up against Caleb, you can kill Caitlin or Dylan at many points. But leading up to the kitchen, if you complete all the QTEs, you'll make it through alright. When given the option to investigate or run, choose run. You can technically get the silver shell and kill Caleb, but we're not doing that this route. Also, it's really easy to miss Caleb when shooting the silver bullet, so it's safe to just run to the kitchen. In the kitchen, you will need to pick specific choices in order to survive. After the Don't Breathe minigame, choose the freezer and then the use decoy option. In this instance, Caitlin will use the rabbit toy Abby found in Chapter 1 to lure Caleb into the freezer and will lock him in. If you didn't find the rabbit in the beginning, Caitlin and Dylan will always die in the kitchen.
Will you play with me?
Well, I guess the voice did come in handy, who would have guessed? When riding in the car with Laura, Ryan, and Travis, Silas will jump on top of the car and try to get in. It is possible for you to get into a car accident which kills Ryan, but just complete all the QTs and it'll be alright. Also, when given the choice of giving the blood vial to Ryan or taking it for yourself, it doesn't matter what you pick since we won't really need it, but why not? However, I would recommend giving it to Ryan just to be nice.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
What's wrong? What are you waiting for?
Shoot, you stupid girl!
When given the option to raise the gun, press it and then shoot Silas. There is no way for Laura and Ryan to survive at this point without killing Silas. Also, once Silas is dead, Nick will be freed from his werewolf curse. So will Caleb, but thanks to Caitlin locking him in the freezer and losing his werewolf immunity, he will have frozen to death. However, he was not one of our main 9 characters, so we will still get the trophy. And with that, you should have received the Rough Night trophy. You may have severe trauma and will need countless amounts of therapy, not to mention the old ghost that will now haunt you for the rest of your life.
I'll never leave you.
But you're alive. I hope you found this guide helpful and that you found this video somewhat entertaining. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next guide. Have a great day!